Good afternoon. This is Pam with Follow Your Brush, and I am digging into an old palette. Welcome if you've never watched before. This is Follow Your Brush. My name is Pam, and I do everything from watercolor, fountain pens, inks, whatever, just kind of striking my fancy at the time. But watercolor is my passion, and started that many years ago, 6 years ago now. And I am looking at refreshing this palette. This is, you see all the paints I've taken out of here already. These are little half pans. When I first began watercolor, see all these little colors here. These are all the ones I've already taken out. When I first began watercolor, I just felt like I needed every single color under the sun. And it didn't matter if I really needed it or not. I just wanted it. If somebody was using it and I liked it, I just wanted it. And if somebody said it was a good color, then I bought it. And I also was using two paints, which was, well, I started with sets, the pan sets. I'm going to put these aside here. I'm marking these as I take them out. I did start with the pan sets, but I realized soon that that did become expensive. And it was less expensive to buy the two paints. So I began to buy the two paints, and this original set from Daniel Smith only had this first row filled with basic colors. And of course, every time I saw one and I wanted a new one, I ended up going for that. So I started adding pans, taking out pans, adding pans, and smushing them all together in these little half pans. I do have other small palettes that I use regularly that I quite enjoy, especially the Art Toolkit for when I'm on the go. But I kind of got tired of using the half pans because I like to be able to just put my brush in there and get a nice fill of paint. Now what I do is I use something more like this, and I have this empty and ready to go. It's not, this doesn't have as many colors, obviously. This one has like, I don't know, last time I counted, I think it's almost like 30 or 40, I don't know. I don't know how many colors I've got in here. And I put them all in here with double stick tape because they kept falling out because I took the little fixture out. But anyway, this weekend I have been doing, as you know, I have been doing a lot of color studies. And I was thinking about my colors and what I'm actually using and what doesn't get used. And by mixing colors, I'm discovering I have options that I had never thought of just with the basic colors. So I'm kind of reviewing what I'm doing. Can make a song out of that, right? And looking at my palette, I see people like, I like Buffy. I like to watch Buffy Kaufman, Steve Mitchell. You know, they have their palettes and they have their favorite colors. And you don't have to have every color under the sun. This is supposed to say lavender. Let me rewrite that. And I'm learning that as I go. 6 years in, and it's like I feel like I'm going back to basics, catching up with what I'm supposed to do. Anyway, so I got out this old palette. Have you ever gone on eBay and you see these palettes where somebody says, you know, they bought a palette off of eBay that's 100 years old and it's all beat up, and are these paints still going to paint after all these years and all that kind of stuff. That's what I thought. That's what this looks like. That's what my old palette here looks like. It's an oldie but a goodie, and I filled and refilled and gone into it. But this weekend I'm kind of with spring, I guess. Just wanted to refresh palettes. So I'm taking these out. I also did not know at the time that you should actually label them before you put them in your palette, so you know what you have and what they are. So that's another thing that I didn't know at the time. So none of these little pans are labeled, except for my little cheat sheet here. And then this one has a question mark. It says Moonglow with a question mark. I don't know that that is Moonglow. I'm not sure. So I'm going to put a question mark on this one because I'm not really sure. I'm just going to have to check it with my other Moonglow, see if it matches. So today is clean up the palette day and start over. And so I thought I'd just share with you what I was doing, because this is all part of the hobby, is taking care of your palettes, keeping track of what you have, how it works. That's what I'm learning in my color studies, knowing what's opaque, what's transparent. And at the time I started, I didn't know any of that, nor did I care. I just wanted to paint. But now that I've been in this a while, and I'm actually learning some things after 6 years, finally. Took me long enough, right? I wanted to get organized. And then I got thinking, what if I put together my own palette of colors, like Steve has his colors, and Buffy has her colors, and Jill has her palette that she likes. What are the ones that I like? What do I enjoy? What do I find myself gravitating to? What have I ignored? What do I need to check out? Maybe there's some things that I haven't been paying attention to that I need to. So I thought today might be a good day to just kind of take a look at that. So in the process of taking these out, I can already tell some of them have been used more than others. You can see this, the ones that have deep holes in them. Some have been refilled. This is a, what was this one? Queen Gold. I love Queen Gold. This one's been refilled many times. This is Hansa Yellow Medium. That's got a big hole in it. See what this one is. This one is Graphite Gray. That's kind of a cool color. I don't use it all the time, but it's a nice color. Anyways, by seeing what I use a lot, that also tells me kind of the colors that I like to use. For instance, this one right here is Cobalt Teal. I love my teals. So there's one that can probably go in the use this one a lot pile. And I like my phthalo turquoise, and so that's kind of falling in that category as well. So I just thought it was time, what if I were to choose some colors that I liked? This is Undersea Green. I also did not know the difference between granulating and non-granulating. And some of them are what they call Primatech colors that have natural granulation in them. Like one of them I just popped out here somewhere is the Hematite Genuine And that's raw umber. That is one of my favorite colors for granulation in trees. I like to put it in a trickle of water and just watch it go down. So this is Amethyst Genuine right here. So I'm just redoing this whole palette. That's what I'm doing. So let me ask you, what about you? Do you pay attention to what you buy? Do you know the difference? I didn't even know the difference between warm and cool colors. I'm still learning all that, to be perfectly honest. Do you care if there's single pigment or multi-pigment? See, I don't even have the pigment numbers on this, which is also very helpful to know as you go. So ran out of stickers here. So things like that, I didn't know when I started, and now I'm learning. This is, I actually made a mark on this. This is the Rhodonite Genuine. Is a Primatech granulating color. This is Jadeite. Let me write it on here, because I ran out of stickers. Jadeite Genuine. So that's another Primatech color with granulation. This one is right up. This one is, I didn't mark this one. This is Mayan Blue, which is another nice color. So I've got to think, what would I want to do if I were to put together my own palette? I have this one clean and ready to go. I did bring out my other paints. Now, I don't want to throw these away. I'm not going to throw these out. Even though I like the larger pans now, I like the full-size pans. For instance, I have these. I like these pans. I like the bigger ones. Obviously, you're not going to get as many colors, but that's my whole point. Do I need all those colors? In all actuality, no, I don't. I do like the bigger pans, though, because they're, I can get my brush in there better. So I'm going to think about that today. This is, oops, I didn't write this down. I think this is Opera Pink. Opera Pink. And this last one is Jane's Gray. It used to be Payne's Gray. Ran out of Payne's Gray. And now it's Jane's Gray in here. I do have some new Payne's Gray though, so they're each a little different. So I am freshening up, and I think what I'm going to do with this one, to tell you the truth, I don't know if I want to mess with this double-sided tape, if I can even get it up and even use this again. I can always buy new pans, and you know, you can buy empty pans online. I might could get it up. Just depends on how determined I am, I guess. But that's what I'm doing today. I am cleaning up and refreshing old palettes, and getting back in there and seeing just what colors do I really want What do I want? Do I really, really want? As that song goes, what do you want? What do you really, really want? And are all these necessary? No, they're not really. I've been doing those color studies, and yeah, they're just not all necessary. They're called convenience colors. This one just fell out of its little pan. It's so dried up. A lot of these are called convenience colors. And I guess when you're starting, it's a matter of opinion. Do you want to start with convenience colors, or do you want to start from scratch learning how to mix colors, which is fun. But if you want to just get right into painting like right away, it can be frustrating because you don't know what you're doing. So that's another aspect of that can go along with that. So there we go. The question is now, where are we going to go from here? Are we going to do all these gazillion colors, or I'm going to try to choose a palette of colors that I like, that I want to put together from my palette. Steve has his palette, Steve Mitchell. Buffy Kaufman has her palette. Angela Fair has her palette. You know, Jill Williams has her palette. A lot of people have their own colors that they choose to work with, that are their favorites, that they like for some reason or another. So today, my quest is to find my colors. Will I change my mind? Probably lots of times. Am I going to put it in with double-sided tape for when I change my mind? No, probably not. I'm going to have to try a new method so that I'm not constantly changing my mind. I do have magnets that I can pop in and use that instead of the double-sided tape. So I can pop them in and pop them out. And yes, I am going to label them before I put them in the pans, so I know what I'm doing. So those are a few things that I've learned in the 6 years that I've been painting with watercolor. Some suggestions for you, what not to do. And I'll talk to you later. Thanks for coming and watching. Bye.